Harvey Specter from Suits should consider hiring Jennifer Walters for his film, as she is one of the most notorious lawyers that will finally make her debut in the MCU in the form of her own Disney Plus series, which, put together with the emergency blood transfusion she'll get from her cousin Bruce Banner, will probably be few of the many exciting things about the series. And don't even get us started on her fourth wall-breaking comedy. There is a new Green Goliath on the block, and it's Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, the famous cousin of Bruce Banner. It's been a while since we got a solo project featuring a Hulk, and that is about to change, as the Disney Plus She-Hulk series is poised to take over the world. Tatiana Maslany will be portraying the role of the titular character, who, outside of having one of the most brutal strengths in the Marvel Universe, was an accomplished lawyer first, and then the emergency blood transfusion from her cousin Bruce is what made her the superhero we know her to be today. Now, there's still not an official date as to when the series will come out on Disney+, but it's been confirmed that it will release sometime by the end of summer 2022. So it is coming in 2022 for sure, and we think that is enough to get things going, right? We even got a Disney Plus teaser of sorts about the series, and the only thing missing right now can be said to be an official trailer that we're bound to get in a short period of time. The series will also feature Mark Ruffalo, who will probably be something sort of a mentor to Tatiana, but for her green form, as she is not a rookie. Far from it. To put it short, he will be the one to guide her through the ups and downs of her newfound powers, and life as a superhero she cannot run from now that she is what she is. Abomination will probably be one of the side characters who will make an even further statement that he is back, and he is here to stay, after the cameo he had in the Shang-Chi movie last year, with Tim Roth returning for the role. And while we don't know what kind of a role Abomination will be playing in all of this, we have quite a clear indication as to who will be the villain of the series, or at least one of the villains, and that is Titania, as confirmed by The Hollywood Reporter in June 2021. With The Good Place star Jamila Jamil signed on for the role as one of the newest cast additions of the series. Titania is a longtime rival of She-Hulk. She also possesses super strength, among other powers of hers, so they're a nice match in terms of fighting power, or so we think. We'll have to see how things will play out when the series comes out. Recent years showcased the transformation of Titania from a villain into an anti-hero, so maybe by the end of the first season of the series, we will get a little nod to that as well. Whatever the case may be, we'll have to wait and see for ourselves. Many have questioned the fact of how will She-Hulk fit into the MCU? Where would her place be? Well, she has been an Avenger once upon a time, so there is that, which adds up to seeing how there might be a new team-up for the series. She could very well be part of the younger Avengers generation, and with Bruce Banner already one of the closest superheroes to her, we are more than sure that she will perfectly fit within the MCU, especially if we go by the other Disney Plus series that preceded the She-Hulk series, and how they managed to connect with the wider MCU, outside of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, of course. The project itself sure is a spin-off series, but don't take it for granted, as it will not be just another knockoff like some other spin-offs you might have seen. She will not be the one picking up the leftovers of her more famous cousin Bruce. She will be the one to take charge, as one of the newest additions to the MCU. In fact, in the comics, she is the first one to balance her personality way before Professor Hulk made his debut. Here's something you might not have known about the character if you haven't read Marvel Comics featuring She-Hulk. She is also one of the few characters that break the fourth wall, something that Deadpool has done on numerous occasions, both in the comics and in the 2 live-action movies so far, with Wanda being the other MCU character who has had her fair share of this characteristic. And we are pointing out this because it will probably be one of the most unique things about the series, as she does it more often than not, confronting the audiences for all sorts of different reasons, from asking permission to knock someone out, or simply make us think as to which is the better option for the given situation, whether it is a villain we're talking about, or a simple case of breaking and entering about one of the clients she represents in the court. She is a meta-comedic, self-aware, fourth-wall-breaking hero who always had an eye on the absurdity side of things, and it will be an interesting thing to see her in action, which, put together with the brute force she has, are probably one of the elements of the series that will blow our minds out. She-Hulk's most famous powers lie in her strength and durability. There's no doubt about it. However, knowing that her transformation will be one of the most exciting things in the series, we can see it happening somewhere along the lines of the series, with the series making us wait for the actual She-Hulk debut, with the series itself focusing more on Jennifer Walters, before bringing out the big guns. And that's not a bad thing, as even without the powers of the Hulk, Jennifer has some superhuman abilities, even as a human as well. She has displayed a surprising range of special abilities not entirely tied to her Gamma mutation, abilities that we might see play out in the series, including the likes of her having super intelligence, which is probably why she's able to stay on top of things during her career as a lawyer, with her being one of the few characters that can solve legal problems almost no one else on the planet can, which also connects to other skills of hers, being able to resist telepaths solely because of her legal work and her believing some things she suspects aren't true. A prime example would be, let's say, the client's innocence.
It's really difficult to be around people because they just want me to be better.
Now, in this next segment, we're going to point out some things that should make you more excited about the series. And although these are not confirmed things, we thought that they deserved to be trifled with. We mentioned Titania as a villain of the series, or at least one of a few. Well, it's because an audition tape surfaced online from actor Tom Archdeacon, with him being rumored to be cast as yet another villain of the series, Dr. Revive, a nickname he chose for himself because of his power of immortality, who used this power of his to get out of relationships in the past, killing himself and waiting to regenerate and walk away from everything a whole man. Weird, right? And then there is Kristen Ritter's Jessica Jones, who might be the second from Netflix's Defenders to cross over to the MCU after Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, made his debut in the latest Spider-Man movie as part of the bigger MCU. Recent rumors suggest that Jennifer will have some outside help, and knowing that she will be battling crime both on the streets and in the courtroom, Jessica might be the anonymous help that She-Hulk will get, possibly in a retrieval mission of some information about the cases Jennifer has on her hands, with her being a crime fighter tag-along to She-Hulk on the streets. Once again, these are just rumors for now, but we can see them being true, judging by what the series will be, and might pose to be one of the most interesting things in it. Well, we're at that too, and on that note, so don't take our word for it just yet. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the series, and what are your expectations for it? Where do you see the story going? But also, what about Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk? Do you think she has what it takes to be the next big thing? And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.